you think they will see this election, you will not lie. Because if you do it, that's the end of this country.
Everything they say, they all say the truth.
If you allow the opposition to win, you will suffer. Liberians will suffer.
And the fact for running those, there is no one for that provides the NC's face the issue of peace as John Anthony April Dawson Way, commonly known as July, from Monday to Friday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. The most analytical, the most stimulating conversation training for the day.
That's the funny thing about Unity Party. In a football game, if we were playing a tournament, they beat us today, and we got out of the tournament. Our focus now is not the tournament again. Unity Party get their opponent in a brave foot, they lead in a brave foot, then they come back to their team leader, they ever said that they put it in way.
I'll face the issue, speak out the fact in advocating for the right of Liberia. Face the issue brings you logic, explain logic, and advance you to discuss with logic. It's face the issue. Comes on your airway from Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Queens FM 88.5. Don't miss it.
I have received today news of the evictions and destructions of our party headquarters. Unfortunate and regrettable as this is. I wish to encourage all Liberians, especially our supporters, sympathizers, to stay calm, remain law-abiding, and respect due process in the interest of our democracy, the rule of law, and the peaceful coexistence among all Liberians, irrespective of party, social, ethnic, or tribal affiliation. Liberians, fellow partisans of the Coalition for Democratic Change, today we recently read another testament of the Unity Party government gross disregard for the rule of law. Burdened by impunity, they continue to abuse power, testing our nation's fragile peace and democracy. The list of violations grows daily, from police brutality against ordinary citizens to outright disregard of court orders. We must, however, take the high road in the interest of peaceful coexistence. I urge everyone to remain calm, law-abiding, and respectful of due process, despite this partisan political mischief from the Unity Party government. In the legal battle over the ownership of the CDC headquarters, our party has always followed the rule of law and openly stated its willingness to abide by the court final ruling, regardless of the outcome. Yet, before the battle was fully exhausted, the token happy partisans leadership of the police force, with direct instruction from Waka himself, went into actions. It was not a lawful eviction. It was a failed mission to destroy and erase the CDC in an attempt to fulfill the very wish Waka has repeatedly expressed to his lieutenants. While executing this criminal act, amid the cheers of their partisans, they failed to notice the loud silence of the vast majority of ordinary Liberians. Our people are in disbelief at this administration. Reckless behavior in its quest to consolidate power. Posterity will punish them harshly, while the loss of our office building is a setback. I want to emphasize that it is only temporary. We shall overcome this sooner rather than later. Thanks to your unwavering commitment, determination, and resilience, fellow citizens, coalitions, well-wishers, and sympathizers. Fellow partisans, do not be dismayed. While we admit these at difficult times. Our party has faced worse situations, even from the very same actors we see today, and we have emerged stronger. We shall prevail. The UP leadership under Bwaka are destroyed. We are builders. The Special National Headquarters Delivery Committee is being established to immediately begin the construction work so that we can have a modern state-of-the-art new home in record time. We shall execute this while we embark on a national tour to inform our people. In my journey to heights I have achieved, I have seen such hiccups before. We shall never waver. Together we will build. We are survivors of history. We are blessed with a spirit that overcomes even the most tragedies and misfortune. Remember the unity, strength, and identity of our party and coalition are not formed in bricks and mortar. They live in the minds, hearts, and fighting spirit of our teaming supporters. Therefore, I call on every member of the party, our sympathizers, to mobilize and focus our energies on constructing our next premises. I must be clear, resist the temptation to take the law into your own hands. However disappointed we are by this outcome, I call on each of you to continue respecting the law in due process. Fellow partisans, well-wishers, and sympathizers, I am optimistic about the political future of our party. Together we will build a better home for our party. So help me God. God bless Liberia.
We have seen a systematic erosion of democracy, executive overreach, and open disregard for our constitution, lawlessness in the legislature, with the presidency turning a blind eye, even when the sacred hall of our democracy go up in flames. Security forces brutalizing peaceful citizens, while millions are being spent on so-called operations that offer no protection to ordinary Liberians. They said we were the problem, but now the Liberian people can see for themselves. The real problem is the unity party that is now in power. The time has come to speak the truth without fear. This government is failing and Liberia is paying the price. For seditions, let us not lose hope. Even the longest night must give way to daylight. Even the strongest storm must pass. We are still standing and we are still strong. We will not give up on Liberia. We will not give up on our people. And we will never give up on CDC. We are the party of the slums and the city. We are the voice of the voiceless. We are the protectors of the poor and the defender of their dreams. From New Cruton to Pinsville, from Buchanan to Bond Mines, from Sunny Quarter to Southtown, the CDC remains in the hearts of the people. This rally is a clear sign. We are reorganizing, we are preparing, we are coming back. I say to you, we are coming back. But in order to do that, we must build a strong, together we must fortify the one institution that can correct the failure of the Bouaka administration. And that institution is the Mate Coalition for Democratic Change. This is why I call on all of you today, not just to believe, but to act, not just to hope, but to build. Let us invest in the movement that has invested in you. Let us pay our due so that the party remains financially and politically prepared. Your dues are more than money. They are a seed of commitment, a pledge of loyalty, and a symbol of hope. I am so proud to launch this due payment campaign today because it means that you, the grassroots, you, the real owner of this party, are ready to step forward, take charge, and prepare for the future. As your political leader, I promise you this: we will not rest, we will not retreat, we will organize, mobilize, and energize until we reclaim the leadership of Liberia. But let us do it the CDC way, peacefully, lawfully, strategically, and respectfully. Because when our time comes, and it will come, believe me, we must be ready not just to win, but to govern better. We must correct the wrongs, improve the system, and restore the dignity of the Liberian people. So let us unite, let us rise, let us believe, and let us build. And to all our young people, I say, stay focused, stay clean, stay strong. To our women, you are the backbone of this movement. Keep rising. To our elders, your wisdom is still needed. Stay with us. And to our opponent, we see the failure and we are coming to face it. Again, as the great Nelson Mandela said in a quote, it always seems impossible until it is done. Unquote. The party is alive, strong and mighty. The revolution shall continue. A belief we will uphold to death. The future is not beyond us. The future is still ahead. And together we will get there. And so I want to close with this advice. Wait well. Liberia and Liberians will call on you again. And therefore, be prepared to win again and lead again. Remember, we are the common people. So let us all unite for the betterment of our country and our people.
The Bouaka, we used to go to him, even feel Bouaka because of his title. Make it comfortable because of a title. But you see what he's doing? You get a lot of gangsters around here and thinking that Liberia is afraid of gangsters. It's a lie.
But you should be concerned as well. Why it is true that you're in opposition, you should be concerned. You also have a responsibility to maintain the peace of the country. Though the burden has shifted on the government to maintain the peace.
AB, I've always kept the peace of the Republic of Liberia.
Okay.
During Ellen time, I've kept the peace. During President Dota, I kept the peace. Amos Oyota, I kept the peace. Charles Taylor, I kept the peace. I have never broken anything in this country. I work for peace in our country and I'm on record. Even the United Nations know that I work for peace. So I'm not trying to break the peace. What I'm telling you that those people that say they came to rescue us, they are breaking the laws of the Republic and it is wrong. If you can't see it, AB, it is wrong. It is wrong. Because in the government that I serve, training position were respected. Today, you can say that you're taking the person off because he associated with somebody. No, but you see, we are different. The respect I have for Ellen Johnson, I kept that respect. And the respect I kept for her, to respect the laws of the Republic. I even work with Ellen Johnson as a peace ambassador. I don't have a issue or keeping the peace of the country. Of course, we are peaceful. But we will not allow people to break our laws and then intimidate people and we just sit. That would never happen. You know, we in opposition, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, let me give her the respect because that's somebody that I respect so much. She did some things that we disagree and we went to her and spoke to her. By the rule of law, you know, we have the right to protest and we protest, we went to Ellen and she understood that. She came on the table and we talked.
And the government need to really invest. The people like you that get the type of structure. The council even they could just be getting you $1 million for the budget year. Every year they give you $1 million. You're imbalance.
If I were president of this country, I should God show you his wonder. You'll never believe it. We told Joshua for what? You're a footballer.
Yeah.
A football developed country. A football bring medicine in the head.
No.
Yeah, we told Ellen Johnson because she's from Harvard University.
Yeah.
What will the board do for you? No passion for development. Then we move Joshua, we put the meanest man in the whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me.
Connections there, you not get it.
Yeah, no connection.
Yeah. Just say that all kind of things that just happen here. No heat, no tea.
When he was 12 years older early, Ellen did not want him to become president. So Ellen did not introduce him to many leaders. Ellen was doing her thing on her own. She was traveling from country to country and kept a man in the garage for 12 years, according to Boyka himself.
Yes.
That means he was not.
And let me say also up to all of you, wherever you are, it's great that you are joining us right here tonight on this very day. And we are grateful to the Almighty God that we are here together, beaming with life and that of good health. And no matter what the circumstances are, we are certainly getting there. With God, all things are possible. And that's one thing I always told you people. You got to believe in God because with God, all things are possible. So we'll always have to work together for the good of our country. And no matter what the circumstances are, we are certainly getting there. Welcome to the program Face the Issues. On the program Face the Issues, we don't discuss personalities, nope, but issues involving personalities. But when personalities do their thing in front of those issues, we don't hear we hesitate, but rather we tear you apart. And normally, usually because of the pain that we're tearing you apart, we just tell you sorry. That sorry carries no indication and that indeed we regret our action. Yeah, it doesn't. And I just think that you people will be able to understand that. And I just look at you in this country. A lot of things happen. And I'm just having problem with these CDC people. That's where my problem is for now. So we think with God all things are possible. So with God, we are going to make sure that we work up with other things. And we are very grateful to the Almighty God. And we think we are going to work together for the good of our country. And no matter what the circumstances are, we are going to be happy about what's happening in our country. And we are forever grateful to the Almighty God for everything He had done for us. And we are certainly getting there. So, as a matter of fact, I want you to understand some things, especially as we are going on. So, the Republic of Liberia, where we are very grateful to the Almighty God for everything, for anything that's happening. So, as we speak, first of all, a lot of things are happening. We'll deal with the tougher ones subsequently. But tonight, first of all, let's give you some good news. And we think that as part of the deal, I think I was able to tell you people the last time, in getting that deportee here, it was to also discuss the issue of visa. The issue about visa extensions and so forth, because normally certain visa, especially going for visit and all those things. So now just 1 year, that's why it used to be. So it's now extended, and the United States, they say certain visas. They say it's now extended from 12 months to 36 months. So if you know from 12 months to 36 months, you know exactly what we are talking about, right? And so 12 times 3, that's what you're talking about, 3 years. Instead of 1 year, you can go there, multiple entries and so forth. Those were part of the deals relating to the bringing of this deportee. Yeah, those are some of the bilateral deals that will have gone on, especially in relation to that. So the e-mansion just posted on the e-mansion page. At least we can now say that our non-immigrant visa, certain non-immigrant visas, and are from 12 months to 36 months, extending the validity period. So that's what it is. And so the U.S. State Department was able to release that statement, and the President of the Republic of Liberia welcomed that. The United States government has announced visa extension of state duration of various categories of visas for Liberians visiting the United States. So they talk about the issue of B1, B2, tourism, business, and tourism business visas will now receive multiple entry visas valid for 3 years. So with no reciprocity fee attached, and for those who qualify. So, and these are some of the things and that we've talked about, that in relation to some of these deals, in seeing to aid that deportee or whatever it is, the men whom they said they were bringing here on temporary note, yeah. And they also talk about how there were people who were supposed to be deported, and they decided to relax on them in relation to that one man. So those are some of the things. So to get that one man here, these are some of the benefits that go along with it, right? So we say at least we can now safely say you have multiple entries and you're going to enjoy that for 3 years instead of just one just 1 year, because 1 year is 12 months. So that's what it is. All right, so let's get there, and that which is very much key for us to understand. So say thanks, and we expect more of these kind of things, and we have always said that we expect that even we'll have a visa waiver. Yeah, us Liberian, we just take plane, we just pay for our ticket, we just go. Our partner, how you will be restricted or how to go to our partner, when to leave for the cover. We stepchildren, right? We agree. Uncle saying stepchild, but at least for sure, as a matter of fact, we should be able to even get there. But again, it all borders on the governance of the state, how we put in place mechanisms and so forth here and there. We'll say kudos for that, and we are very much grateful for that, and that extension, the validity period. We want to say we are grateful to the Almighty God. So many of you now can have your visa valid for that period, but there are conditions on which you have to be there as well. The same way when they gave you the 12 months, there are periods that you are given that you're supposed to be in the United States for so and so time. So sometimes you tell them, say, I'm going there for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6. So you got to be there. Yeah. So we are certainly grateful to the Almighty God for that. Rita Hart is asking me, how is that possible, AB, when we in the United States pay for visa to the Liberian government? Yes, so the reciprocity thing, I think you pay for visa to the Liberian government. Yeah, the Liberian government too got to think about it, because when you people coming back to pay for visa, and then they got to get your A for the same 3 years, so that you will enjoy it too. But the Liberian government want to raise money for the thing, how they will give it to you for 3 years. Now what ever forget it. The Liberian government will not do that one to you. You know, they poor hungry for money. America can do those things. It matter anything to America. America can wait and say, no, we'll give you the validity period for 3 years. We can do that, right? But Liberia to just say 3 years, you even see, just common citizen ADK, your citizenship can expire. Your citizenship can expire in 1 year. Just driver license that we used to enjoy for some times. So now 3 years you have driver license. They cutting it down. Then a visa they can't get you. They play the collecting lay money from you. Think American people doing that thing? The thing that they heavily depending on visa fee that you go pay there to run your country. You think how they can operate? No, they don't operate like that. They don't depend on those things. Though they raise revenue from them, but the revenues raised from those kind of transactions are not what they heavily depend on to sustain themselves. You know how the pocket make their money. So they are even able to tell you, say, we don't want Liberian to pay for visa anymore. It will not still hurt them. It will never hurt them. It will never ever hurt them. But at Liberia now to reciprocate that, to say, look, for Americans coming to Liberia, we'll have to get them 3 years. For the visa that we're giving them will be valid for 3 years. By the way, that's what I'm just telling you people. That's the good news that we got for Liberia. And we say thanks to the leadership of His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Yima Boakar and his team. It's happening right under their watch. So we are forever grateful to them for that which they've done to make sure that at least you can stay longer in America now and not to rush your way back. But every other procedure and measures that were put in place, they remain there. And so I think we are seeing it, and it's going to work up. So it's reciprocity. So it is also outlined there. So the government will have to work out with that. So you people, when you want to come, you just get ready your visa. You like your kind of go by multiple entries. Multiple entries. So that's how it is. Your kind, your go by, just like that. So we just got to live with it, and that's what it is. But we'll say thanks, and that's good news. When good things happen, it doesn't matter who's doing it. You got to appreciate it and know that one good thing had happened. And we just told you the reason why it happened, right? So those are some of the deals that were associated with that man that they brought here and deported here. So, and we don't get a lot of problem with our own system here. But again, those are some of the things. So we are about to fire. Today we are here, and you can start playing your cash giveaway. Today is Wednesday, and we are having double payment here. So it's *7 and *24#. You can play with that. And as we are doing now, like last night, I told you people, and immediately I left, the list of people who won their monies were able to be sent to them. About 20 persons were able to get their money, and just last night after I left. So we are very grateful to the Almighty God because of time. So the sooner you start playing, the sooner we'll be able to do what we can for you. So the *7 and *24#, and we are here together tonight. And so it's on a double. So let's say, for instance, if I were to announce to you that you win 4,000, that 4,000 will come to you double. It will be 8,000. So if I announce to you that, oh, you just won 10,000, that 10,000 will come to you double. It will be what? 20,000. That's what it is. That's what you will see on this day, on Wednesday, and that's it. And so that's what it is. So whatever you are playing for, whatever winner that comes up is going to be the double. Whatever you come up with is going to be double, and that's what it is. So it's *7 and *24#. You can play with that, and then we move on, folks. It's 8:30 from Liberia, and we are forever grateful to the Almighty God. There are some things that are happening that we don't want to mix up. By tomorrow, I will stress my focus on Joseph Boakar's departure, how he left, my own version, the way I see it, the way I want to say it. By tomorrow, I will give you my own version. No, tomorrow is diaspora talk. Whichever day, I will. There are some things I want to say. I will still say it. But yesterday evening, he left. Before I could reach home, our convoys were parked, and he left the country in darkness. And he had to order his people to switch off the lights, not to splash on the private jet that was brought. His executive mansion team was doing live, but they later deleted our live. Joseph Boakar left this country under the cover of darkness because he had in private jet. They were already die. Never be with that. You go, your president, you go travel from that country in darkness. The Soya people wanted to come there to go gain, I don't know, say, God, honor, waiting departure, or waiting God, salute or something. You see, you sit down to your horses. They think a secret movement on here. So we want for the people to capture the plane. So the light in front of there, towards they color that whole thing so that Joseph Boakai will leave this country here on darkness. But they forgot to know that the people on that side will not color their light. So when they got there, Entekula was doing all their life and say, yes, the president getting down from his jet, the private jet, and whatever it is, blah, 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 was in the plane there. So we saw the plane on our side there. But we don't see the plane leaving on his side. They were hurrying it. They were hurrying it to go. Look at the time they left from here. They were hurrying to run away from this country. You see, this is what you live with. And when you want to live a fake life, that's how it will look like for you. Most people die under these kind of conditions. Things are not okay for them. But because they have made people to believe that things never go bad with them, they have to pretend. So now you ask them, oh, you have eaten? They say, yeah, I've eaten. But they hunger, they're stretching them. So they just have to do that. He left from here under the cover of darkness. But it's quite bad that it's quite bad that people will reduce our presidency to Nicodemus presidency, Nicodemus departure and travels. It's bad. The reason I'm raising these things is very important that you capture them and know exactly, and people will now understand. But when we are saying some of these things, you people don't get it. He left from here in the night, and which is very, very bad, very, very terrible. So we will deal with that. And a Turkish private jet is what he's using, and we think for sure. There are things that I want to say that I'm still waiting for. That's something I'm waiting for. I will talk it. I will talk it. There are things that I want to say, and I will talk it. But I'm more focused on the future of this country tonight. I am more focused on the future of this country tonight. And it is very essential that we ask ourselves the necessary questions. Where are we going as a nation? You see, I told you CDC folks, and I will keep telling you the same old thing. You got to be smart. You're already smart. You have to be smarter. If you are smarter, you have to be the smartest now. I understand these people. You know, last night when I left, I went home. I hear people, look, talking all kinds of things, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. There are certain people that when you not hear something from, don't believe it until you can hear it from them. I'm not saying that there are people who will say things out there that are not true. But until you can confirm it from certain people, don't believe it. I taught you to be people of Berean. Search to see whether it is true before you take it. That's what they used to do. They were people of noble character. Your Sidicians, we have tried our best to make you people of noble character. You don't just jump into things. When a criminals you hear it from, you jack, you verify before you take it. You know, last night while I was going home, a brother called me. Oh, we get good news. I said, what kind of good news? They say Stanton say, oh, Donald Trump invited the president. I said, hey, see how. And I was very disappointed in Akara Gray and that of Isaac Dule to sit down and not debunk that man's lies. It says, Stanton, stop. We are sitting right here. Stop the lies. If there is anything of such about good news, it's a disgrace that we will be the champions and the pioneers of information relating to the president. We are not releasing it, and are you releasing it, especially when it comes to such? Maybe other things about where you may, not everything, but we can't because we have our people here. We don't want to deceive them. But the guy sat right on that platform that he allows Stanton to deceive the public. And that's bad. You got to debunk him. You got to tell him it's a lie. And I want to tell you people, that man is a criminal. Anything you hear from him, you come and search and ask people like us and say, hey, the thing we heard are true before. And some of you have benefited from it. There were a lot of lies that guy used to be on. At a certain point in time of the Kofa's case, he will come on and say, oh, today they're removing Kofa. The Supreme Court coming to say they want the Supreme Court voting against Kofa. All the lies the guy used to be telling, you still believe. I'm not saying that he does not tell some truth. But you always want to be seen like he's the guy. So he lies a lot. There is a man who his own station and network have been from court to court on issue of defamation, libel, defamation all over the place. This man, that the kind of record he has. So let's say, for instance, if Kings FM have been taken to court on several occasions. When you stay, at least you stay here from Kings FM, but anything you hear from Kings FM now, you say, we don't want to believe it 1 year. We got to go and check first and see what, because the kind of person you're coming from. We don't want to believe it yet. We got to check first. You got to check first, and then you know it's a lie or it's a true. You can't confirm it. It's not bad confirming something. And I'm not equally telling you not everything that comes up from me is a lie. I'm not telling you that. But there are some things that he will say that are blatant lies. Because he's a criminal. He has a strategy. And those strategies, we are there to unearth it on a daily basis. Yeah. So you just leave it here until you can do your background check, then you run with it. You can hear it. Yeah, it's good for you, but not every good news is true. Not as good as it is, the truthfulness of the news that makes it good. So how good is the information if it is not truth? It may sound good, but it's not truth. So what makes it good? It is the truth in the information that makes it good. If the information comes up, sounds good, but it's bad, it's a lie, it's not. So you got to know all of these things. So these are some of the things that we talk about all of the time. So we'll try to share with you. On the issue of FIFA going for a year and there, is there something that you might announce that we will go, whatever it is? You know who we are is? We are attends every FIFA opening ceremonies. There are strategic activities relating to events organization. When they were having a way in Qatar, they called we are ahead of time because he was member of the organizing committee. They put him on it that time. So not just going there because naturally and it's normal that we will have to attend every World Cup. They gave them that leverage for them to go there. They gave them tickets for them to attend the World Cup. But we are saying that on these occasions, their brother want to make it appear as a special thing that we are then going to. It could be we are somebody who are in one of FIFA's committees or racism, right? So it's possible. It is possible that Donald Trump will, but he want to run with it to appear like the guy is so he lies about everything until that's why you see. And when you see me now commenting on some things or posting some things, just know exactly what it is. So we sit here and we verify, and that's what we always come to. So we are very grateful to the Almighty God. That we are here together. Like I said, I will talk about the Burqa issue, but not tonight. The diaspora talk comes up on tomorrow. We'll still talk about it. A lot of things will unfold from now on. You will hear from me. Good. I just thought to give you the hint to what it is. But my major focus here tonight is on a danger that is about to unfold in this country. It happened 12 years. Honor Ellen's 12 years. Honor the Unity Party's 12 years. And it is about to happen again. Honor another Unity Party regime. These people will always look for the weaker vessel. And the weaker vessel in politics is when you have a government that's struggling for recognition because it does not enjoy the recognition, acknowledgement, or endorsement of its citizens. So it runs for support outside. And in the wake of running for that support outside, the government will want to, other people will want to come in, to get involved into some shady deals that don't benefit the people. And that's how the Unity Party had always operated. We have said this without numbers. You may overlook what I told you people recently, but it is very key for the sustainability and survival of our country and key towards our natural resources. The only thing we've got is our natural resources. We can produce rice to ship to other countries. Pepper, we're buying it, we're bringing it here. The only thing that coming from here and going out there that people know that our resources. Finish. We can't produce anything. We're not producing anything that we are putting on the world market. We are not. Even kickball that we don't want to do kickball here because we haven't saw kickball outside of this place here. We carry kickball during the refugee time into Ghana. We're playing kickball then there. Nobody have been able to sell out kickball. There's nothing that out there that resembles Liberia. The only thing that leaves from Liberia that we know is our natural resources, our oil, our iron ore, our gold, our diamonds. That the only thing that we have that we can be very proud of, that we say that the only thing that we have that we're depending on to live in country or great country. Oh, okay, tomorrow is Thursday. Yeah, Emmanuel, bro, sorry. Tomorrow is Thursday. Okay, tomorrow I will deal with the Bwaga issue. Oh, thank God so much. Yeah. So tomorrow, please. But I'm more concerned about the future of this country than what Bwaga doing. That's what I want to nip it tonight. And this message I'm sending, if you have any of your lawmakers, they are just listen to this and call their ears and what they say. The only thing that we have that you're depending on and say, oh, they budget go on, they budget on this is our natural resources. That's the only thing we've got. If we can't benefit from it, we are done. Tax, yes. That's why you see it is difficult, and we all jump behind and say, look, then Liberia traffic management, then Lebanese criminal empire that they brought here, that Gregory then brought, that they want to benefit from, that's the only source of resource generation or revenue generation that we have, that we own by ourselves. To say, look, LRA can sit down to the transport ministry and be collecting this money. Their money here is coming from we Liberians. We are giving this money to our government. We don't want for the traffic management to come and take 60% and then give us 40%. That's the kind of criminal thing that they wanted to do. We jump all inside. We are still looking for strings of resource generation that we can depend on and say, look, we can use these resources for the sake of our country. ArcelorMittal. ArcelorMittal is the demon that entered this country claiming to be investors, not knowing they are here to exploit the Liberian people. They did that and they're about to do it again. They are about to do it again. They just dismissed, they just led to the dismissal of a senior citizen of the mine deposit. Somebody who God placed there at the right time to say, look, you be mines and energy minister at this time. And let us see whether the deal will benefit your people. And the man was sitting there and doing the right things. And you have one heritage moth man calling himself Samuel, I don't know, Steve Kuya. He went because he was working with ArcelorMittal before, and he's now the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. He enters the office of the president, collects money, influence Joseph Boakai into making ArcelorMittal to believe that they are about to have a deal. The good thing I'm excited about is that they now have a competitor. And because the high competitors coming, that's the HPS, they are now trying to tighten their grips of evil, danger that have for long plagued our country over the periods. I'm not saying they are not providing employment opportunities. But ArcelorMittal takes more and give us less. ArcelorMittal, the world greatest steel giant. They come in Liberia here, and you see them fighting to control our country and say they want to control. Could you imagine? How is it possible? Can you leave from here and go in another country or go in somebody's house? Then you tell them, say, the door in your house here, the other door that inside your house here is for me exclusively. I will be feeding you and your children. But the other door that in your house here, nobody will use it. Whenever one will be using the door here, I will be feeding your children. You agree to that kind of thing. Your own house, you are there. And somebody owning a property and excluding you from the utilization of that property and tell you, say, look, you don't have control over it. That your property, but I don't want to control it. I'll be using it. You can use it. And you allow that. Do you know what they call selling of birthright? It's biblical. It is biblical. Selling of birthright. The ArcelorMittal deal is a terrible deal. And I will tell you for sure. There's Joseph Boakai leaving from here to go down there. That whole thing is a state visit because Joseph Boakai did not go for any occasion. The Ghana president is in France on an official visit. Is a program that is organized for African leaders and others. And because Joseph Boakai is not outlined in that program, that's why they say he went for state visit. Read the press release. And read the press release of the executive mansion whether you will not. Whether you will not be able to see something about ArcelorMittal in a press release that they wrote from the executive mansion relating to how the president is leaving the country. The ArcelorMittal. They took Joseph Boakai from here to Samuel Stikuya. That he own a game that he's playing now. They took him from here to carry him to Macron. It is not the first time. ArcelorMittal, they same. Because George Weah didn't want to see ArcelorMittal. And because I don't know, Mittal then felt that George Weah, Macron has some, influence over Weah. They decided, using a visit that Weah had gone to there, they managed to make their way there, and then they went to Weah and then they went to Macron. They talked to Macron. And Macron went and called Weah and told him, but just hear the people out. Just hear them out. When they went to meet Weah, I understood from that meeting. People from the diplomatic circle, they said that Weah told ArcelorMittal. He said the only reason I didn't want to see you people, there are a lot of terrible things I've been hearing about that company. You took the big jobs and things, then you decided to take it away from Liberians. Then you want extension to do what? So you want to extend unemployment? Is that what you people want the extension for? That's why we are asked. And that's why you saw the back and forth here and there, blah, blah, blah. They wanted an extension. And you see HPS showing some significant interest. Yes, Liberia wanted to respect their trends with ArcelorMittal, but I believe that because the competitors were coming in, ArcelorMittal is sitting there and want to control everything. And that's why they have made their way in the office of Joseph Yuma Boakai, and they have a desk responsible for ArcelorMittal in the office of the president. That whole trip they went for in France there, the ArcelorMittal carried them on that trip there. They were taking from there, they carry in Dubai. Why? Because they know Joseph Boakai, full of flamboyance. The old man love things. And they know the power he has to influence legislative decisions. Because the legislature is weak, is rubber stamp. They don't get time. The people say once you get a president, you can get a legislature at any given point in time. Because there is a president who have demonstrated that he has exclusive control over the system of governments. He has, in fact, when the speaker appears before the president say, you speaker, and you know how I'm other man? Yeah. If you don't allow this thing, you don't facilitate this thing and then allow this thing to pass, I will make people to move you too. So you see the kind of fear. Nobody is afraid. Every one of them down there, they are afraid. So ArcelorMittal, they understand that, look, whatever it takes, let us just deal with the executive. Forget about the lawmakers. They have already sold themselves out. They are not people to be doing dealings with. Look, have you seen ArcelorMittal getting too much interest in doing business with the other lawmakers or talking to them or whatever? No, nobody fear the lawmakers anymore. All you need to do, go to the executive mansion and then deal with Joseph Boakai, who has exclusive power and control over the national legislature. Your deal will be done. That's how it operates. The guys have come to destroy this country. I will show you something to back my arguments tonight. We have gotten a copy of the leaked deal that they are about to sign with ArcelorMittal for their extension, 25 years. They already wanted Wilmot Pay out. He's out already. There is the deal. There is something. I will try to show you everything tonight, and you will see it. These people are wicked. They are very terrible. They are terrible. They are managing their way through. Very terrible. This is it. These are leaked something that just came up. Right now. The president of the Republic of Liberia had told us as Liberian people that his agenda to see transparent governance system that will endanger the lives, the better living conditions of the Liberian people. This leaked thing that they're carrying around, they're forcing Boakai on it, they're doing all kinds of things here and there, is dangerous and it undermines the very commitment the president had made. Now, this is it. The Liberian laws, it undermines substantially our Liberian. Have you seen what kind of law somebody will want to pass, then you look at what Liberian law, you trash it in your agreement? You know what ArcelorMittal is saying in our deal, in our agreement? The lawmakers, you're listening. I'm talking now. You know what ArcelorMittal is saying in our deal? I'm going to show it to you. I'm opening it up so that we all see it. You know what ArcelorMittal is saying in our deal? In this thing? The Liberian law and the sovereignty. It undermines it with a supremacy clause. There's a supremacy clause that they have put there that anything that relates to any oil company that comes in ArcelorMittal is supreme. So our law is not supreme in solving that problem. Because when we are in conflict with any agreement, what happens? It is the law that will be supreme to determine what it is. But ArcelorMittal decided to what? Forget about our laws. Disregard our laws. Dismiss our laws. And then put their own supremacy clause there. The proposed amendment of ArcelorMittal, that is what it said. It contains or shall prevail. They said a clause stating that if any law, regulation, or concession conflicts with ArcelorMittal's rights, the ArcelorMittal agreement must prevail. So let's say, for instance, ArcelorMittal coming out with their deal. If our Liberian law says that Liberians are supposed to hold so and so managerial positions here and there, or we want to pass another law after the deal, after we have passed this law, then we pass another law and say, look, we are now passing a law, and this will be a law that will go as mandate to all companies. That anybody who's operating so in this country, it is a law that you have to do X, Y, Z with Liberians. They are telling you that under this, any law that you pass that conflict with the agreement that ArcelorMittal will have, that law does not affect ArcelorMittal, and ArcelorMittal remains untouchable. That means any law you pass in, forget about ArcelorMittal. They say ArcelorMittal law shall prevail. I want to understand what this is. What in this complete now they said shall prevail. They said there is no language in this entire agreement that's coming up ensuring that the Mineral Development Agreement amendment supremacy is subject to Constitution and the laws of Liberia. No. Nothing in it that says that, look, whatever, because when you pass this on law, they say any law that runs contrary to the Constitution is null and void, right? But they are saying any law in Liberia that runs contrary to their agreement is null and void. Is that not a reverse? Because our Constitution, our laws are supreme. It should be rather Any law, anything that is passed on with ArcelorMittal that runs contrary to our laws, our constitution, is null and void. The ArcelorMittal supremacy, which states that any law or contract or agreement that runs contrary to ArcelorMittal agreement, the ArcelorMittal agreement shall prevail against our constitution, against our statutes. That's what they put in it. Because they want to own it. They didn't give it a whole railway and tell them that they didn't want to own it. They operating it already. So they want to own the entire governance of our country and give peanuts. That's what ArcelorMittal wants in it. And remember now, it's one thing to just come up and then say that failure to honor any contract rights granted ArcelorMittal will indicate it to contract remedies. Yes, you can go to the law. But for you to say, why a contract and there? No, we're not going to any law. ArcelorMittal law will prevail. What kind of thing that we have courts? If you rather say in your agreement that if there's any law that wrong contract, then we'll go to the law, we'll go to the court, because the law will have to decide. Now you ArcelorMittal, your agreement was decide on it. That's what in their draft stuff they propose stuff that they have. So that in itself that they have put there is unconstitutional. Very much unconstitutional. That's what they have put there because it's against our laws. Now, these contracts and things that we sign, we all may sign contracts. But any contract that we sign that run contrary with our existing laws, we all know what happens to that contract. It's a general law. It's just clear in its context that indeed this is what it is. So I'm breaking this down so that the ordinary people can understand what I'm saying here tonight. That's what it is. So when ArcelorMittal is saying that whenever things that they happen it runs contrary, their law will prevail, that's disrespect to our country. I mean, or leaked something that in their document that is sending now, for which they are beyond worker for. That's what it is. And I hope the president understands that that's what in it. I hope he knows it. Now, what Steve Sequoia is funding and doing everything for ArcelorMittal. They say once ratified, that wordings who gave a private company's contract the force of national law, allowing it to override legislation such as the anticipated National Rail Authority Act. Because when we form the National Rail Authority Act, it means that ArcelorMittal does not have exclusive rights. And when we pass that act now, then ArcelorMittal will say, no, that your law there is wrong, contrary to our agreement. So our law will prevail. What kind of thing that's so? Those are things that you see ArcelorMittal running ahead of. They wanted that. Even if you pass anything, you set up National Rule and Authority Act. You talk about the Public Procurement and Concession Act. All the things that I had to do, something that has to do with the concession. ArcelorMittal will say, no, our law prevails. Because that is the supremacy clause that they place there for themselves. This provision, once ratified, will allow the private company's contract to override existing legislation and future laws such as the National Rail Authority. And these are all terrible things that we cannot allow to happen. The system of governance we have here, ArcelorMittal can have that. I don't know what beginning so frisky like this. I don't know what beginning so. That's terrible, right? It effectively, it effectively replaces the normal hierarchy of law. Okay, you got the hierarchy of laws. When we're talking about hierarchy of law, you got the constitution, the statutes, those small things, everything coming out, the rules, regulations, and so forth. These are the hierarchies of law. You have all of those things in place, right? Look, all the laws made by the national legislature that will fall, that something will, ArcelorMittal say their law will prevail. How is that possible? You should have a remedy. You should have a remedy so that we look at it. It is the code that will determine whether that which you people signed in the first place was not contravening our laws. Because any contract, you want sign it, you sign it. You want sign it, you sign it. Just pray that there should be no dispute that it will come before the code. Then the code say, but they think you put inside here, so it's going to be there in the first place. Though it was signed, right? The code will tell you, say they think it wrong contrary to the Constitution. It wrong contrary to our laws. So they were not supposed to be there. So that any law that you are signing or any law that you're passing, such as contracts, they're the one they're talking about. You must look at it to make sure that it is in line with the laws of the Republic of Liberia. It is not for the laws of the Republic of Liberia to be in line with it. That's disregard for our existence as a country and our sovereignty and our rights and our rules and laws in this country. This can weaken your government. The government cannot enforce anything in the future if you allow that to be there. If you pass on that, the government will not be able to enforce any future laws on public infrastructures. Because public infrastructure are the railway. It's for us, and not for ArcelorMittal. And it's not private infrastructure. The railway down there is a public infrastructure. It's for us. We can determine, we pass law on it to determine how our infrastructure is being used, or we want to use it. We can tell you, say, look, they are our railway here. We want for all to allow other people to use it. Now you want to use it. We the one will determine that, and we get look when we set up the stuff that President Bouaka set up, the National Railway Act Authority, that will determine to regulate the rail usage here and there. They ask them, and they say no, that our law will prevail. You see the kind of funny thing they on. That's what ArcelorMittal wants to do. It erodes Liberia's sovereignty and over its own assets leading. How will we not be able to control our own things? Up to date, no wonder ArcelorMittal stay poor. Our people in continue, they are still there and they can't do nothing to the government because they care in a law that they're not forced to build any house for anybody. They are there, any shelter, they ArcelorMittal deemed fit that what they will build. That's in the law. The previous one, the previous agreement, they will provide what they think deemed fit for their employees or anybody who want to work with them. That's why you see our people in continuous in Nima County. It's there. The way you see your government official, they will pie around. They can't do nothing about it because it is there. What they see as shelter, that's what they will put there. So ArcelorMittal put air condition when they bring people in this country. When they bring their expatriates to come and work at the company, they can put it, continue there and so that it will appear like that is what they deem fit. But what is the permanent nature of it? Tomorrow, were you to leave your contract over, what do we have to benefit to say, look, these are things that stay back with us. When Lamco was leaving, Lamco left structures, had it not been the war. I visited Yekepa. I saw a pool. This is where you know that people have future interest. That even were they to leave, they are leaving behind their trademarks so that people will see and know that they are in this country to invest. And after departure, the citizens can still benefit from that investment, or other companies that have interest. They will not have to come spend on an identical portion again. The country will now take that money now and put it into different development. ArcelorMittal does not want that. The day ArcelorMittal get vexed and they going, they will take all that continue to carry a Tapeta, let me say, a Yekepa remain the same. That's just ArcelorMittal. Yekepa will remain the same. Our people then continue, they will take all the continue and the place remain the same. What do we remember them for? What will we remember ArcelorMittal for today? You can go there, you see the remnants of the Lamco buildings there. You can see the Lamco. There's a pool, a very long pool, where you could even run international pool. You could have it there. It's there. We saw it. Very beautiful place that people used to go and then go be swimming at the pool. Very much long. Oh, the pool is the stretch is very long. The pool that I'm talking about, from this station all the way to the courthouse, from Royal Front Street, all the way to the courthouse, you'll be swimming until you even get tired. The other pool looking like that. Deserted. ArcelorMittal, what are they doing there? Nothing. They did everything like that because it is in the agreement. What they deem fit is what they do. They play, they want to build and Popo continue that what they will do. No, that is not what it is. So I will pass a law, say every concession agreements we want our people to be in decent structure approved by the government of the Republic of Liberia. So you will say ArcelorMittal law prevails. When we seek the interest of the citizens, you will say ArcelorMittal law prevails. Yeah. You know, these things had always happened, and then these people are taking advantage of Joseph Boaka's administration. And the president should be sound, smart enough to deal with that. ArcelorMittal shouldn't have it the way they want it. This is our country. You come here to do business with us. You come here to come and invest in us. Along with us, your investment has returns. So it's like you put this here, you get a return. The return that you're going to benefit, the investment that you're going to benefit, the return that you benefit. Tomorrow when you are leaving from here, what is that benefit that we have? You think the salaries you are giving are the benefit? No. We need tangibles. What is that benefit? Every investment get returns. The investment returns go to the owner, the investor. The people in whom that investment is meant for, you will see them there, their life will change. The buildings will change, their livelihood will change. But you're rather interested in your returns than having an investment. You're not just coming here to kind of now we get 800 million planned here and there. In what way is it developing the lives of the people for a long period? That even after your life, that they will still remember you and say, this is an investment that we can count on for life. Everything ArcelorMittal has in this country is something that they can control for their time being that they are here. They measure it. And when we have a 5 year, the 5 year thing will do. When we have, what do we have after the 5 years? It's like somebody leasing your house. Right? They lease the land or whatever they are building property there, right? They lease your house for 25 years. The returns, that's an investment on your land. So the returns is the money that they are making there as a result of that house that they have built, that the returns they are getting from there. When they are leaving your house, they leave with you. That you're going to benefit there. That you're going to benefit there. It's not about the money they gave you for the lease. No, it's not what they benefit. The benefit, you still get a house that you own, that you can take and give to a different person again, that you're going to benefit there. The period that man used that place for, and then you are getting any money inside and using it for whatever purpose, that you're going to returns there. That's what we call invest. ArcelorMittal, you ask them today, what is that returns that we're talking about for which they want to own our railway and determine who will use it or whatever it is? What is that investment that we can count on with the exception of the returns that they're taking out of this country? What is that investment? With that kind of clause, you know what it does? It undermines the government's committee to the National Railway Authority and the independent multi-user assets that we're talking about. The independent multi-user asset. The ArcelorMittal people being lying with a lot of jingles all over the place. Oh, we're not denying anybody. You know, there's that, yeah. They just made like Brempo to think that what they call, but go see in the agreement that they have. Go see it there. The government has already established the National Rail Authority to regulate and oversee Liberia's rail assets and to guarantee independent multi-user access to all qualified users to be operated by the entity independent of any user. Now one person got to control it to ensure fairness and what? The perception of fairness. You don't establish that so that we'll have it for one ArcelorMittal to consider. No. And that is what we said. We are holding Mr. President by his words. He established this to say, look, this is how we are going to solve this problem. If ArcelorMittal is putting another thing where it's up to them, we can't give it to them the way they want it. Because there's no tangible that they have in this country. Nothing, absolutely. ArcelorMittal leaves today, everything will close down, shut down. You will not see anything down there. Even as some of that sort of tent they are using, containers, that what they are putting our people in. Something that they can yet take and carry. And the president's arrest agenda is clear on it. In fact, it is the president that established the thing. The enforcement of it is very important. And the deals are all important. That's why you see HPS coming out, ArcelorMittal here. It makes it very easy that our National Rail Authority established by the president, they can now function. They can now determine, say, look, this is what it is. We can go look for other people to come and join. We are looking for investors to invest in us. They will get their returns, but we need investment. What is that investment? The rail that ArcelorMittal built. You know, no, it say we don't want to construct the rail when we have built that year, but you exploited our country. All the iron ore you took from here, it has already paid for that rail that you constructed ever since you ArcelorMittal. That's what we call investment. We finish stealing all our resources from here. Have you people really traveled to Yekepa Belt or travel from Ganta to Senikole and be traveling along that route in the evening hours and see the number of buckets of, oh God, unrefined, look, oh, that ArcelorMittal can be taken from this country? If you look at that rail that down there that they causing noise on that we don't want building, you're finished stealing all our money out of that rail. That rail is now there for us. Look, these lawmakers, gotta be very, very careful. ArcelorMittal does not mean well for the Liberian people. If they mean well, we're not going to be discussing these things. Because they have fresh relationship with us, who are known to say, no, we need to protect them. Did they protect our interests before they are looking for protection against Liberians in their business interests? In what way did they protect Liberia's interests as a country? And then when you're taking salary and putting it in the pockets, and how many big gigantic hospitals that they have built that even when ArcelorMittal leaving, you have this. They say we are developing people, technical skills. Forget about those things. We have universities. We have whatever it is. We have vocational and technical educations. We can do all of those things of our own. Just give us our money, our right money that we want. We can do that. Don't come be stealing from us. Then you go open a small school with 10 people go inside. Then you say, oh, you are graduating students, so people the community benefiting. What is the benefit that the communities are getting as a result of ArcelorMittal first deal? What benefit have you seen the communities along the route leading to Senikore or Yekepa? Have you seen no communities? That area should be your city. Oh, going along the area should be your city. In fact, people should be leaving Monrovia now and then going to those places to go live there. And then say, no, I will buy land on this area because the area is now a city. They just kind of dust up the place, they get ready, we want to build plant here, so that we'll be doing it, we'll be processing it, what because state does not satisfy us. Just don't allow ArcelorMittal to have that exclusivity they're looking for. That superiority they want to have over our laws. It should not be. You see it in the APN terminal in India. And they are there. The ArcelorMittal amendment, it conflicts directly with that policy. It preserves ArcelorMittal's operational control of the Yekepa-Bikena Railway well beyond 2030. Could you imagine? The deal that the thing they put inside ArcelorMittal. For me, let's leave the politics. Let's think about the interests of this country. The only thing we have that can leave this country are our resources. How are we managing it? ArcelorMittal, you're looking for protection. You want to protect your investment. What have you invested that you want to protect? What have you done for the Liberian people for the time you were here? With the employment that you have, and you bring in so expatriates here and they're putting in container. You put in Liberians in container. They are, look, some of them now die from heat in those containers because it's terrible. Too. You don't find human beings living down there. When they bring temporary staff there, and they put them there, and then they put them go by their business, they put air condition to them. Our Liberians are in continuous with no air condition. They get ready to say they will put the thing, yeah, into their know they just die. They get ready, they just burying people. Oh, you know, that's terrible nature. You know what the thing I mean? To just put in continuous with no air condition, nothing. No push, nothing. You come from your hall, you come outside, the sun beat you. You go back inside. Well, what kind of life is that? Eh? You don't have any push that you will set on to say, no, let me go and catch cold air. Let me leave from inside the house and then come outside to get cold air. Just continue the way you see continue. Be continue the air and be seeing the ArcelorMittal put our people, you know, continue there down there. Then they say they want extension to do what we. What did you do before you want? You sitting there, you want to control our railway for what? Who can go control your house and control the road inside your house? And say, no, it's exclusive. We will determine who will come in. You can't tell us, say, no, don't bring any string here. Don't let any string here to come pass on the road. That we don't want control in order to do it for what? That you're supposed to control. We will determine who comes to our house, who uses whatever door the person wants to use. We will determine it. With the same way we are giving you access to use that door, we'll give other people the access to use that door. You don't own our house. You don't own us. ArcelorMittal deal is terrible. The lawmakers should watch out clearly. When it comes to that thing, they play ArcelorMittal because already they didn't do any sounding. And now that one that strategic thing too, because of the rudeness they are on there, that's not only that. The real problem that ArcelorMittal is working with all officials of government to pass on, as well is the livelihood of our people. That too should also be settled. ArcelorMittal wants to control our resources beyond 2030 for what? You want to damage us? You want what? Your exclusivity that you have on that rail there, in what way has it brought benefit to us? You finish eating all the money for in that rail there. That rail from that period that you operated, you have already paid. Liberia has already paid for it. They were to even say, look, build it, we'll take it, and whatever it is, you have eaten enough on it. It's now time that we have access and control of our own rail. We'll control it. If you want for us to set up a management system, that's why the National Rail Authority will be there. The technical management team of the rail, they will be there. They will manage the rail. All you care about is your iron ore must go. We'll provide you the way. We'll provide you the way so that your iron ore will go. That one, don't worry about it. Not your business to can't control the way. No. We are telling you, you have to provide access to other people because you can't have exclusivity in our country. That thing you enjoy for because you are building a year and then no, you can't determine that now. It's not possible. Even in communities where you put road, you can't say that you won't be using a road because you build a road. No, it doesn't work like that. My horse area, way to rack. The road are leading into my place. Apple rack. Apple all the thing in there. One other guy and they wake up, they facing the community road and thing and they just came streets. They started naming streets. They put it there, Third Street. I said, no problem. Let it be Third Street. I will name it as Wion Avenue because I didn't want to face that whole place. I was the first that constructed that place. That whole place was bad, terrible. I had to clear that whole place. You know how many dead there and put on it? I will have called it Wion Avenue. Why should I? It's community road. It doesn't matter. I don't control it. And whatever I did, it was for my benefit. And if I had not done it, would I have carried trucks down there to drive rack to my place? No. So in what way has every other road that I'm on exclusively own that road and say that we on Avenue or whatever? I can't do that. So the guys cannot put their Third Street there. Yeah. And at that street, it's not issue. It's not because I the one put rack them on that road. Passing there, I'm gonna take it and name it after myself and say that my Avenue for what? How is that possible? The public infrastructure, the whole street, the public infrastructure. And if I went there first because I think I wanted to build there and I needed to take out there and I decided to condition the road for that, it does not give me that right to name that road after me and say that my Wion Avenue is for me. It doesn't work that way. The public infrastructure. And whatever I'm doing there, I'm benefiting from it as well. And without which, if I had not done equally so, how would I have benefited in the construction of the place? So you got to look ahead. You ArcelorMittal, you needed a rail. Without the rail, you wouldn't have carried on iron ore. You needed it. You have already benefited from it. You have gotten all your benefits from that rail. You can't have an empty National Rail Authority. We set up a National Rail Authority to control the rail. Then you say you must be controlling the rail. Then what is the essence of us establishing the National Rail Authority? That they kind of thing that in the dues and thing. Then coupled with what women pay them were raising. The issue about the amount. They want to take everything. ArcelorMittal has stolen enough from this country, and I think time is now that what people have to stand up. No deal when the right things are not put in place. No deal. ArcelorMittal want to be controlling. By 2030, their first deal is supposed to end. They are fighting now to make sure that the bad thing should happen now. It will not hold. It shouldn't hold in the first place. Right? So you must be able to know that. ArcelorMittal is not a company that will can control our country. There are concession laws and positions of agreements with other investors and users that will be undermined as a result of what they're doing. Undermines everything. The concession agreements to any infrastructure for third-party users should remain fully consistent with what the Liberian concession law. Third-party user. How will you say that only your one will be able to use it? There should be other users. And this is where we are having a problem. They must respect our constitution. They must respect our concession act. They must respect the true intent of the establishment of the National Rail Authority Act. That absolute supremacy that they want, they will not get it. When ArcelorMittal, that thing, your lawmaker, then, if they dare allow it to just pass on, I tell you no lie. If they dare allow it for it to just pass on, I tell you no lie. I don't want to do that. If they rectify it, the version that we are talking about here and leak out like this, it will create two legal environments. One honor the National Rail Authority, and another honor the ArcelorMittal and the rail with ArcelorMittal's framework claiming to override the national system. And we can't allow that. over all implications of ArcelorMittal intent, which is very evil and terrible, which has no regard for this country as a sovereign nation, which has no regard for our laws. Their intents are cruel, terrible, and that's not going to work. The amendment as drafted is incompatible with Liberia's legal order and the president's declaratory policy direction. It will weaken the sovereign control of our national infrastructure and undermine the authority and the independence of the government and the National Rail Authority. It will breach the government's public commitment to other multi-users. Because it was say, but look at the thing in our hand. It can't work. So this is what Joseph Boakai will have to look at, Mr. President. These are the kind of times we look at and tell you, say, no law can ever be supreme more than the laws of the Republic of Liberia. Go in Nimba, go and see our people down there. And I think our lawmakers should speak to it, because the last time we ever visited down there, it was Jeremiah Kuhn, the current vice president at that time, senator. He decided to take me, Julius J. Kelvin. We all went there. And the intent was to raise those issues affecting our people living in continuous and think. There were face of lawmakers who went also on our trip. And we can't continue that. These are the reason I'm devoting my time on this. These are little things that we overlook. These are things, these are crucial things that we overlook. We just go on the politics side, that kind of thing. Then when you see a finish passing fluke, like people not get interested in it, but when you finish passing, it affects our generation, it affects us hardly. And that's very terrible. I will just be few calls on it and then get your reaction from it. Then we'll be able to close with something interesting I want to share with you before we can close on it. So let's get to the lines, interact with you, the dealings of these companies, the way they want to control our country. You have to say with our country is that the whole thing is that. So you just come, you want to control the whole country and tell you, say, nobody will pass here. Nobody should, I will control. How is that one possible? Let's get to the lines, interact with our callers. Then we get on to our next topic subsequently, which of course I'll be doing here tonight, right here on this very day. All right, so that is it, right here on this very day. Let's say, let me see here. Pick here, there, the numbers are up 0772. But let me get here first, and then I'll be able to read the rest of the numbers. Let me get started with the female line quickly. And let's go on. Yeah, hello, how you doing, man?
Eddie?
Yeah?
Hey, come here.
How you doing, mama?
Thank you, Papa. All the things you're talking, in fact, my name is Ifinian TV calling from Clarendon. Are you sure? Father, God bless you. Because the thing with Ifan, when you're talking, you get to say when you declare the putting sense in your head. That's why you're doing all. Look, I can enjoy your brother AB. I can enjoy your, because you can be, when you pull it slow, you pull it right, you pull it left. That's why you can do all. You pushing us, so we the women we falling far. We falling far good because Eddie, when you all show something, I can be sick. I say what baby Pana on show today. We know that what will help you through your words of that. The thing that people want to do in the country here. That one then you have to waste a time in saying going Paris. They not the same Paris. Where job we are go, they say job we are go do they want job we are go with a tax. They do the thing, but when they make coming, they bring in money. But they know that they push to visit for people to know you. Let the whole world know you. But Joseph Boakai, they gain free benefit, they save and they trying the country money. The men are riding private jet, they say the men are riding private jet. They are said to they get on the private jet, they riding it, but they know that they were good. But when we pray to God, that God give us long life.
Okay.
But that long life we pray for, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for.
Thanks so much. So that is it. And let's get on this one. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, let's hear from you quickly on this ArcelorMittal deal.
Great. Thank you ever so much for what you are doing for the Liberian people. And we all need to stand up, because this is not one person doing it. Because you've been talking, you've been saying, everything. and we are people and we come together and pay for our cause. The love because we are saying that study maybe the man pass that deal or say that we give the region because maybe when we are reading on the wall, this wedding that we are reading, and if we pass that deal, that there is nothing for all.
Yeah.
So we just tell I will say I'm free. And this is one for our fortune. Thank you so much.
Thanks, brother, for your contribution. I appreciate that. The civil rights movement representative. Hello, how you doing? Hello. Hello, how you doing?
Hey, could you hear me?
Yeah, let's hear from you, Chief.
Yeah, this is Edmond Carr.
Yeah, Edmond.
I'm the visually impaired keep walking to the fire to deliver. You know? So with this thing now, Meta still is pushing for, what become SPS deal now that is in the house? Because these are the issue. SPS is calling for multiple users.
Yeah,
So, if Meta still is pushing this here now, that they want to have exclusive right over the railroad, then what are they doing with the bill in the house?
Okay.
This is how the talk can come.
Yes.
Because if SPS, you agree with SPS and not taking their agreement into the house, you guys are viewing it for ratification, then Meta still is still pushing this forceful exclusive right over our railroad. Then what are you telling SPS now? But you know the guys, they are jammed, AB. Mind you, the government have been going, taking money from these people, even the one that is not supposed to collect all credit.
You're right.
But at the end analysis, because they want to sabotage, they will keep pushing them around.
You're right.
Only because they are scammers, they don't have money. So all these things that are going to need to look at it here for the outcome. Then you're talking about the vice president. He was there as a senator. Now you're the vice president. Then Nima, that you're fighting for enough for Nima and for all of benefit.
Right.
This is the time for you guys to open your eyes to see the plight of your citizen in the country and Liberia as a whole. Because the people say they've been here, their working has not really impacted the Liberia the way it should be. Continue. You're some years or continue. You know what I mean? Then you must be living inside. Then it cannot change. There's the new one that they are bringing again to add. What have you done? In fact, even your radar that you put out today was sent onto ready, and we were talking about it. I was interested in that concluding part. Instead of the extension, they are asking for two new deposits.
Yes.
Then what will be there for SPS now?
You're right.
Thank you, man.
Thanks so much, my brother, for your contribution. You got the whole thing, Edma. And I appreciate you, my brother, for your insight on this matter. And Medicine Yadira, I will get to you subsequently. Hello?
Yeah, good evening, Eddie. Thank you very much for Eddie. I'm here to Dennis. I call from Painesville.
Okay.
Thank you for the topic on discussion. What I really want to say tonight, I really love the topic because some of us are late in the paper from the ethics. For the ethics. Yes, we are late there for the ethics. I was just surprised the few times when I enter the paper. I was living in a tea. Now you go to Iroti now, the hunting ground.
Okay.
The hunting ground. You get a tea school there, so you can't even see it. Go to that area there. You can see it all the way to F2, to F1, F2. Now, what era? The place is damaged. The only quota you can see down there, and the one about there, where by where to them put down there, and some quota going to P market era. That is era. That one issue there. Another issue maybe that one of it is the wet folks that are there. You will see the Indian people. Look, they letting lost zero land down there.
Yeah, the Indians, the Indian men there. The whole men are Indian men.
I can see that they can help me. I can brought tears to my eyes. And another thing, our country really need to put their feet on the ground. I am you talking about ALO. They have a lot of things that they are taking from down there. And without really take
I said the people really paying for our railway. The people getting their benefit for our railway.
The other towns, they take everything okay. That's what they get back. Let me take you to that, man. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Hello, how are you doing? Medicine. The Nima continue.
Hello, Ebi.
Yeah, let's hear from you, Medicine.
Ebi, thank you for the program.
Thank you always. Look, my voice told many voices that are saying that accident meter due should not be renewed. Their due should not be renewed.
Okay.
I prefer the HPX.
Okay.
This is American equivalent. Maybe the original Lanco was owned by United States and Sweden.
You're right.
It was the American government and the Swedish government open Lanco. See how they build a community. They build a community and they value labor. They value labor, human dignity. That's how they provide general housing. They built LSVC, Liberia Student Vocational Training Center in Ethiopia, that were in competition with PW at those days. Those booking, they have done nothing. And I'm even taking a bad shot. I'm shocked to hear that local are giving only Liberia $500,000. $500,000 for that kind of thing you take it from Liberia. No, every all our lawmakers, there are various constituencies to pressure them not to sell Asilamita a new deal, because they should know that one day they will leave the House of Representatives, and whatever Pupa deal they sell will be applied to them. It will be applied to their children. They should reject it. People are not human beings. They don't want to be exploiting our country like that. If they are born in Yekepa, look at Yekepa those days, look at Yekepa today.
Really?
Look at Yekepa those days. Even the hospital, Kanto Hospital used to be one of the
I'm one of the plantation sons. Look, my father worked at plantation. I know when they say you're working at plantation, they were live at plantation. The people, they knew about how to make
our born in Yekepa hospital. Our born in Yekepa hospital. They used to call our place Small America. The people were taking pay every 2 weeks. One people were paying the people 2 weeks. The same way they pay in America. The same way they pay in America, how they used to pay those days, 2 weeks. And the people using our people like slaves. And they're taking our mineral for nothing. And all the agreement is sir, they didn't comply to one. And they want another 25 years. Our people should reject it. No, the various constituency in Liberia should demand, should push on their lawmaker not to approve our thing. Thank you, Evie.
Thank you so much. You are 100% right. I'm a child of a plantation. That the kind of life that enjoyment our parents used to have. The program you to get enjoy. You see the kind of areas they were living, houses. You see the kind of housing facilities and things that what our people then used to enjoy. That the kind of thing you can go put somebody in container now. You say that you want exclusive usage of your way. Can to say that your farm. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, bro, Evie, good afternoon.
Yeah, how you doing, my brother?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the show, bro, Evie. Thank you for all what you do for Liberia. And thank you for the education consistently you present to the Liberian people.
You're welcome.
You know, bro, Evie, the whole thing should not be surprising to the Liberian people. You know, I always say this thing, bro, Evie, that if people that say that they won't change will never come easily, bro, Evie. You know, Liberians have to remember that every time in the history of our country, from the True Party, after the True Party ruled our country for centuries, come back to Unity Party, Unity Party get a record of always putting Liberia down. It's not new. And the citizens have responsibility. The Constitution gave us responsibility, bro, AB. You know, you see, and that is the thing that they always do to the common people. Now they have divided Liberia like or counted. When the development happened here, they say, oh, the Nima people counted. The Nima people. But every resources in our country belong to the entire 15 counties.
Yeah.
But because of the gullibleness of our society, the few people that stealing from our people, we just want to confuse us. Oh, no, the Nima people business. No. The thing here about Ebi, Liberian citizen, we are one of the major problems that want all these things continue to happen, bro, Ebi. We continue to sit down and think that God will come on earth to solve these problems. These things will never work, bro, Ebi. The citizens of Liberia have to govern themselves from the 15 counties. It doesn't matter which county you're born or which county you're from, but know yourself as a Liberian. It's your right, based on the Constitution, to benefit from every natural resources of that country. And based on that, every human being that call themselves Liberian citizen is supposed to stand up and fight against what is happening. Because what happening in Liberia, Ebi, is something that we overlook it. But 15 years, 20 years from now, but Ebi, what we say is going to be bad. We're looking at other countries around us, looking at Burkina Faso, other countries. They're controlling their resources. They're using the resources, changing the life of their people. Una in Liberia, your diamond is leaving, your gold is leaving, your iron ore is leaving, and you got people suffering. No hospitals, no road, no nothing. And all can end if only we the people can come together and unite ourselves and take those few people that just 90 or 100 people suffering almost 5 million people.
I know.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, my brother, for your contribution. We appreciate that. We are certainly getting there. AML deal is a nasty and terrible deal. They've got nothing to show for the previous relationship they have with Liberia. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And what are you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, I just want to make my own contribution because those of us that was born in the Vera company area, imagine right now an iron ore company depleting our resources from out of Liberia is paying people their money. But Manaro, the National Iron Ore Company, NIOC, will pay our father every 2 weeks. They build concrete building for them, attach bathrooms inside bathroom to them. You talk about Lower Skim, those are grew up in Mana River. You talk about Valley Kim. Those places were built by the companies. Today, if it were not the war, if you go back in Mana River, any company go back to Mana River, you will still see the structure are there. Lowest Camp is there, Valley Camp is there, Papa Camp is there. But young people, look at the amount of time, the length of time that these people, Aslam Metro has spent into Nima County. But it is about time that the Nibalians and other citizens of our country, it is not only Niba alone, should rise up to the occasion, go to the Capitol building, sit in and demand our lawmaker not to pass that deal. Let Aslam Metro gets to know that indeed they need to leave something on the ground, not to carry our iron ore. Maybe there's a need that we put the Liberian protests. And we can be saying that some people will think that we here, that's the reason. It is not because we are here. Even if we're going to be in Liberia, we were going to spearhead this campaign because we know that tomorrow if we pass, our children must say, hey, this is what our fathers left behind. This is what they fought for.
Okay, my brother.
Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much. Let's get to David. Yeah, let's hear from you. El, what are you doing? You know, Elo?
Yeah, I'm Richard Yossi.
Yeah,
I'm Richard Yossi. I'm good.
Okay, Yossi. Let's hear from you, brother.
I'm Richard Yossi. This morning, AB, I just want to let our people know. Once the Liberian people don't stand up to this lawmaker, nothing will change in our country. You come on the radio every day to educate them and just tell them, and we just call in, nothing will change in our country. You see, all the people that living along our track, all the people that living along the track, their children supposed to be employed on that railroad to take care of that railroad. That is the policy. That's what the people do here. But if our people continue to listen to the radio and take the whole thing in the morning as a news agency, we just listen to the news and we sit back. Our people will continue to suffer. They need to rally around. They need to stand up. They need to go to the house and make sure and tell the Lord, enough is enough. It is about time that we benefit from our resources. I worked with Aslam Metan before. Everything you say here is true. I was with Donald up to now. They still own me.
Look at them.
They still own me. This is what they're doing to our people. On a daily basis, our people are suffering. The people dying along that train track. They killing them every day. And people doing nothing about it. Our people need to stand up for their right, or else their children will be meeting in that village. Will not even see a clinic before I see hospital. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Our folks in my county, they are following it. What are you doing? And everyone else who talk about plantations prior to the war, yeah, those were great moments. These people knew what it was. And what are you doing?
Amy.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening, you.
No, Amy, the honest together. Maybe we love Liberia and I love Liberia like everybody Liberian. Look, we do it not because of yourself. We do it because of the born children. Really. Like I said, we don't want to die, but we don't want to be on earth tomorrow. We are own, our children and great-grandchildren don't blame us. Because we are blamed Jesus General.
President Togone for long, for too long. You mean our children and children after these people too? No. It's time that we should instruct the citizens, especially the youth. Let us build those youth, start the next Gen Z in West Africa to ensure that ArcelorMittal do the right thing. Like, look, when you start out too, when ArcelorMittal went to Liberia, right? My compound, the very first compound, the first building on the Togone man, what is all the way to today, right? I went to Yegepa, I saw Yegepa, they might Yegepa in room where you see the people of Yegepa in destruction at the time. And nothing happened. I was in my budgets or 18 months ago. Nothing happened in Bikera and Jesse. I don't in Bikera and Yegepa, like no constitutional commander is there. Right? The youth should go on a rampage. If anybody calls the lawmaker don't see the future of our country, because the government of states, majority of them will think about themselves now because they're in power. And the moment they leave office, they tend to be an advocate. They are never advocate when they are in power. But the moment they leave office, they are advocate. So the youth should get on the rampage now and ensure that whatever the power going to make come, whether it comes from them or not, if ArcelorMittal to the right thing, the deal shouldn't be served, and the next government come in and sign that deal. The new government should be there. The next government should be the one to sign the deal, not this government.
Okay.
Not this government. It should be the deal for them. We have done people.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I really appreciate what you guys are saying because we were there during those times. Do you know how Bikena used to be shining? It's because Lanco never were there. So people could just migrate there. The Nima County you see today, when I say Nima County is a commercial, yes. The Nima people, yes, they are noted for that. But that's how they got to understand about development. Because when you live in an environment where you see development-centered people are, it tends to benefit everyone else. If you go along those routes, like I'm saying from Gia, leave from Ganta straight to Senekole or Yekepa, you will see that ArcelorMittal is doing terrible things. Then, in the wake of all of that, they say that they own our railway in our country. Nobody else should use it. Anybody want to use it should go to them, not to us. Can you imagine that? What kind of rudeness is that? That kind of friskiness. Hello, how are you doing? Yeah, let's hear from you.
Yeah, this is Mommy Ifufana, calling from New Jersey, New Jersey.
Okay.
You know, Uncle Ebi, I think we the Liberian people we really ready for changing this country. Because our lawmakers in this country, they are the ones that suffering. We the common people in this country. For everything we just put on president and he. But you see, they representing them. They are the ones that really suffering in this country.
Right.
Yeah. They only care for them and their family. They don't even care for who the common people. So how we live in the country? I'm going to be 5 years from now, or let me just say 10 years from now, I saw to my living God. Labrador will be one of the boldest in the world. Just I'm telling you, nothing will benefit from the country. Yes, we live in our own country, say we slave.
Yeah, it's too sorrowful.
Yeah?
Too sorrowful.
Citizen to slave in our own country, Uncle Ebi.
Citizen to slave.
Just I'm telling you, Uncle Ebi, for all the things we just put on president, but the lawmakers, they are the big war, the big evil for Labrador, they want. Thank you for your
Thanks, brother, for your contribution. I appreciate that. Let me get on to the next caller here. Hello, how you doing?
Hello, Eddie.
Yeah, how you doing, sir?
This is Prince calling for South. Yeah, this is Prince calling for South Korea.
Yeah, Prince, let's hear from you, please, from South Korea. Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie. All I want to tell our Liberian people is that if the legislature, which is our representatives, if they sign the next agreement for ArcelorMittal, our citizens should vote all of them out of that house because they mean no well for everybody. Because anything happening to a county in Liberia, it happened to all counties. We all Liberians are one. We should stand up. It's not time for us to stand up for Liberia, not to stand up for an individual. Because everything that comes to that country that affects our country, affects every family of the country. If they can remember the work thing it started for Nima County, it affected every fabric of our country. So definitely, we should stay as Liberian. Let's start supporting individuals. Let's start being gullible. Let's start being sympathetic. Let us stand for our country instead of standing for individual. If somebody sign or may pass a bill that we stand for our country, that will affect our country in a positive way, we should stay with that person, despite of them being from our counties or being our tribal men. We should stay for that person and we should support that person and stay for Liberia, not individual. Now Liberia, every country is waking up. In Africa, they are developing. We cannot be way back to the bottom of the team when they see on different countries, then they say Liberia the first, Liberia the second. We can't move for first or second place when it comes to any negative things in our country. We can't move for first or second. It is not time for us to be at the top and to be at the second. Liberia is a country. AB that we should travel. People respect Liberia. Now these days, some people are put to our country, they don't respect Liberia no more. Because they hear about Liberia, they heard about Liberia, they know about Liberia. They know that Liberia are one of the outstanding countries in Africa before. But now AB, we go way to the bottom. People don't respect Liberia around the world again. Thank you for having me on.
So like I'm saying, for me, I appreciate HPS coming 100%. And we may have had our issues. And like I always said, America is by far better to us as Liberians than even the Indians and the Chinese. In their countries, we can become nobody there. How many Indian women you are seeing there to sit and say they come here to come marry our Liberian girl and to carry them away? They say, in fact, they put in children and say, you go bomb Indian child there to bring Indian child in Liberia. You know how many of your Liberian and as soon as we trigger thing and happen in the world. These people, look, let me tell you something. While we are saying these things here, we want to put some things inside. These people are heartless. We are looking at the core of why they are behaving the way they're behaving. Why they are behaving the way they're behaving? Because they are heartless. They don't care. And everything they're doing is total disrespect and disregard for our laws. They don't respect our laws, and that's just who they are. And that will not go. I'm just telling you it. You'll get to know them. Hello, how you doing? Yeah.
Well, I'm about from my end from Minnesota, man. Rebecca calling.
Hey, Mary.
Maybe I listen to you, right? You know, they were doing the war. That's the time I went to Yeke Park. And when I saw those buildings, it was my first time to see microwave. I can tell anybody. I was born in Riverside.
Okay.
But to enter a house with microwave stove and everything, the first time I saw it was in Yeke Park. And those houses are stayed there intact. You know, when you were explaining, I see other people giving their view on laws makers and what have you. But this Baka administration, let me be very frank with every Liberian. These people hearing whatever that we are talking, and they are saying that they don't care. They don't care about the Liberian people. They don't care about the country. They will do whatsoever their administration wants to do or they feel they can do. If you Liberian, you don't like it, you put yourself in the street, they will order their police to either kill you or beat you up massively. They did it to lawmaker. I don't know. But first in my country history, to see army entering the parliament to beat lawmakers and bloody them that honor this man administration. So the lawmakers, even they refuse to pass that law, the executive will still veto it. They will do whatever they feel they're doing. It's so peaceful, AB, that we can do nothing.
Right.
I don't know whether that punishment God brought on us as Liberian. I don't know what it is. It's so scary. It's so frustrating. We are in the diaspora here. Every day you check the news, you go on the Facebook, whatever, you can't find anything good about your country. You go on Facebook, you see Liberian women insulting one another like they are not women. You get on Facebook, you see all kinds of negative things about your country. The other country, you go on their pages, you see good things happening there. It's so scary and frustrating. So I don't know. I know Asela Mental, whatever they are doing over there, our people living on a continuance, and because they don't have the way forward, they're just there. It's so scary. It's so frustrating. But you invoke the laws maker out today, the government that is in power, they will do whatever they feel like. They're not listening to anybody. They're not even listening to the crowd of the citizens that brought them to power. That's how terrible it is. Thank you for having me, son.
Thanks,
and we
man.
are watching.
Thanks, Arabi. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Thanks, ever potent mommy. All right, so let's get on to the next one here. Hello, how are you doing? We are getting there. Hello. Yeah, let's hear from you, please.
Thank you for having me on your platform. And I join you this evening from our residential community. I want to go evening to your audience. Listening to your analysis, Evie. And so surrounding Aslam matter, I think we should spread it Aslam matter, but rather the government. Because you will not leave your country as an investor in going to India or even China, and then you do as you please, or you think you can grab your way through those systems.
You're right.
Those systems are well set up.
Yeah.
That is the reason why their country, like developing country, or country is set back because the Liberian people choose to elect someone who says he's going to dance with the devil. You know, all I want to encourage the Liberian people, if you would just sit there in 6 years, like the president, while he was a vice president, he sat down, he plundered everything in his country, and he said he was a hooker in the garage, and now you are giving this hooker a chance to package his retirement benefit and then set up a grandchildren's future. He's going to set our future. I think there should be a popular uprising and put against the government, because like the other politicians, we just to take their guns because like the brother has guns, but the people have that will. If the people will gather together like the people of Madagascar did, the president will have no other option but to use the Liberian people. This deal is a bad one. We have been seeing other independent journalists have been saying it like you are highlighting it. It is a bad deal for the Liberian people. You don't want to go around to it is a bad deal. I think the Liberian government needs to go to implement their operational site and listen to the Liberian people's plight. The Mayan are over there. They've been treated badly, and then Aslam is doing propaganda, propagandistic and things around here, playing jingles around, making us to believe that all is well over there while people are suffering. It can't be like this always. We must take this as a blame that we voted a president who was going to do nothing. For me, I'm not surprised. I'm never frustrated. I will never be frustrated because I knew this person was going to do nothing good. I only feel bad for the Liberian people that placed us in this and our brother and sister because they will have to rethink 2029 is coming. You will have to get up and correct the mistake and re-vote President we are because we are born 6 years and 6 years back. All right, you have to vote President we are taking and come back on its normal line so that Liberian be well respected again, the community of nations. Thank you for affording me time, AB. And
Thanks, boss. Thanks, boss, for your contribution. We appreciate all of you and for what you're doing. We are getting there. How are you doing? Hello?
How are you, Sanji?
Yeah, fine,
yeah, this is Mira calling. Yeah. I just want to make a contribution against the topic that you own tonight.
Yeah, go on, Colin.
Yeah, you're talking about representatives. First of all, let's talk about Nanko. Nanko, that was American, as it called Nanko, it was American company. So don't say you cannot compare with this year. The one you have the revolution will call for in the street destiny. We say we're calling for good, so we tell them there is. So that and get to the representative and the senator. I describe the representative and the senator as the self-interest representative and senator.
How you call them? You say how you call them?
Self and representative. They do their own thing. They don't listen to the citizen.
Ah, okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much. Self-interest representative. We always go there to represent us now. Hello, how are you doing?
Good evening, Teacher Light.
Yeah.
Teacher Light, this is the Common Board Chairman. I'm Chairman Peter Starr. I join you from Circular District 4.
Okay.
I tell you, thank you for your brilliant conversation this evening. But I will take it for another angle.
Okay.
Why is it that each time the party gets to power, they are always selling things? If they are in Green Nigeria, they're selling land there. In Green Nigeria, can you imagine the president around 1.4 million car, but then they're selling land for 600,000? They are going all in the sea looking for oil to sell. They selling oil blood to one Nigerian investor. Then they are about to commit up to another long deal that they did in the past that will feed a fish for Freeport, where when the investor bring their goods, they are charged heavy, import duty, and then for that reason, the things prices are high on the market. Why are they always doing these things to Liberian people? And we are stepping out of buy. And I agree with you, or to the line when you say it's about time for Liberian to rise. It's about, I don't agree with anyone who is saying 2029 will go to vote. Because you know what, to the line? 2029, if we go to vote, even with these people, the new government that will come, the government is going to be charged. There is same thing happening here with these guys at the free post. There is same thing happening with the guys at the airport there. If they are getting these years, you are forced to be committed to it because no bogus lawmaker will go and sit in the house and they will pass it. And as long as it is passed, the country will be committed to it. So for me, I agree to it that we should stay down. Whether we go in Paris to go sign it, we'll tell in Liberia, in Paris, you are coming back here. If they take that thing to their house, we should go there and stay there and remain those people who are thinking Grand Avenue like this, Grand Avenue, is all when you are not going to take it. That this time around, the court is still will not allow you to commit our children and ourselves teachers to a kind of deal that somebody will just take little or nothing and spend on you and your cooking time. So I think enough is enough. It's about time for Liberian to stay. Our grounds are empty, and someone was just telling us that the deposit I own the garden now is finished. I asked them that they're taking that one now. That's what they for Liberian.
Okay.
So you see what Eddie?
You're right.
Thank you for giving me time.
Thanks so much to all of you for the time. We really, really appreciate for your calls. And like we told you people, Newton Super, I have my great team here who play. People play. Oh man, you play. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to give out 20 persons, right? So it's about 5,000 times 20. That's what we're going to give her. So the transactions are glaring now. So we are very happy. Now, at least you were able to do what you can. So we are very excited about that, and we are getting there. So, folks, the draws will come up right after I left, and Newton will come and do the couple of draws for you, and then you'll be able to get it up. So, thanks to all of you for the time tonight, right here on this die. Keep playing *7 and *2 is rolling over, so that you'll be able to get what you can. Thank you so much. We are trying our best to make sure that when you're listening, at the same time you are playing game, winning mornings, and getting other offers as well. So until we are back here, God willing, tomorrow Thursday. Tomorrow Thursday, exclusively will be on the President of the Republic of Liberia's trip from Liberia to France.